2.
Can we do an official start so I can edit it a lot easier?
Yeah, you want me to be like, hold on. Welcome back to episode number 2 of Never Again Radio. You want something like that to start the show?
That's perfect.
That was awful. That was awful. And that was about as awful as The Rock's new show, that Titan show that's going to be canceled within a month.
No, they put a lot of money into it. They're going to run
Within a month. It's a
episode.
glorified version of American Gladiators. It's American Gladiators
He said it was. That's what he was going for.
with CrossFit added. So all the contestants will suck. All the contestants will suck. The Rock will suck. The show will suck. And I'm guessing it does not go the full season. Well, maybe it will because it's The Rock, but
They put a lot of money into it, so it's going to go forever.
I don't think he gives a shit about that show. What are you doing?
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
That was so timed so perfectly. You were so ready. That went so well for you over there.
Stay the fuck out of my way.
It does not look like it. You look like E.T.
Hello, you son of a bitch.
It looks as if The Rock let himself go.
The Rock has to come down with an illness.
What do you think? Do you think it's going to be the whole show? What do you think about the show? I know you like riding his dick.
Wow, I can't. My eyes fucking burn. I follow his Instagram thing, so I watched the whole behind the scenes thing. There's a lot of money into it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So it is supposed to be like a kind of like a CrossFit Games. That's what the whole idea is.
Say that out loud again.
No,
What's it going to be like?
I'm not saying anything.
The CrossFit Games? That sounds really stupid.
Do you ever watch a CrossFit Games?
Nope.
Come on, really?
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
I watched when Derek Weida was in it.
Who's that?
He is a
No one cares who that is.
he's a military vet that lost his leg. A lot of people do care. He's sponsored by Black Rifle Coffee.
All right.
No, he has a really good following. He's good. But I watched it because he was on, and he fucking destroyed it. And he had one leg.
Oh, the CrossFit Games? So his show didn't start yet.
Who?
The Rock show. When does that start?
Started this week.
It did start? Did you watch it?
Yes.
Was it good?
Yes. It's in my notes.
Chair, did you watch it?
I didn't watch it.
It's fucking. It's
What channel's it on? Oxygen?
Oh, I don't know. It's on one of the main ones. I forget. I follow it.
What is he doing it?
He's the. He came up with the. Like all the stuff, all the stunts, and he's the announcer guy. So to do everything, he actually went and performed everything. He did everything to make
Oh,
sure.
wow.
everybody
I'm
could
sure. I'm sure. Battle tested.
And they're almost done filming. They're actually doing production on Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, God.
Gonna be a fucking blockbuster.
That's
yeah.
actually what tore him out of the Fast and Furious franchise.
No, he's he actually gained like 30 or 40 more pounds of muscle for the Hobbs and Shaw thing.
Yes, but the Hobbs and like Statham thing is why he's no longer in the Fast and Furious.
Nobody cares about the Fast and Furious.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who care about the Fast and Furious, Jesse.
See, you
know,
just look
it's
stupid.
nothing but a bunch of busters.
No, clearly,
Nothing but a bunch of
clearly
busters
Vin Diesel's
around
head
here.
was big before, but now it's really big.
He's actually got a small head in this, which I'm surprised.
Yeah, that came all the way from London town. But look, they're official. Look at the back.
Do you think they'd sponsor us? Celebrity cutouts?
Those are goddamn hologram stickers. Official.
So what is the Hobbs and Shaw?
It is a spinoff of the bad guy and the good guy.
From?
I don't know, some shitty movie he helped out.
He helped out.
But it's supposed to be. They don't tell anything about the story, but from what I understand, basically he has a bunch of trainers getting him to do a bunch of stuff. So it's probably going to be pretty good. And Jason Statham's good.
I do like Jason Statham.
Yeah.
I like.
He did have like 2 bad
like-
movies. We talked about him. Remember that one?
No, he's got more than 2.
London.
I watched
When he was
I
in
just
the
watched-
bathroom, he's just doing blow the whole time, talking about his girlfriend broke up with him.
That doesn't sound like a bad.
No, it was a horrible
I mean,
movie.
everyone's been through that.
No.
I just watched Blitz I thought it was going to be a like a really good Jason Statham action movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
He did that one to pay for his mortgage.
No, it might have been one of his earlier ones. It was like a British movie off of Amazon Prime.
I don't like British people.
I do. The Rock's actually British.
He's not. He's Hawaiian. He's from Bethlehem.
What was he going over to Hawaii for?
He lived in Hawaii. Was it his mom's Hawaiian?
I don't know.
Or his dad? I think his mom's Hawaiian. His dad was a pro wrestler.
Yeah, I know. His heritage, and then he lies about being from this area.
No, he said it a bunch of times. He brought it up where he's from. He spent the majority of his life in Florida and Hawaii, so he spent a very small time here, I guess.
You know what other show looks absolutely terrible, but will probably be on longer than The Rock's? The Masked Singer.
Oh, I was going to say the one with the stupid... Okay, so the guy who was on all those... whatever movies they were. The one they're in the desert one time and he's locked in the trunk. The Asian dude.
Oh, The Hangover?
Yeah. From all the previews I saw, he's way too excited and way too stupid on every single thing. Like, oh my God, I didn't know it was you. Who gives a fuck? I don't
Somebody
care.
said he was like a dentist or a doctor.
In real life, I think, yeah, he was a dentist, I think, or something.
And then like
Because didn't he have a show? He had a regular show that didn't do well.
I don't know. I think it was like a CrossFit show.
No, it wasn't a CrossFit show. I hate CrossFit people. But
Oh
yeah,
my God.
I do. Especially ones that like cheat on their husbands and stuff.
What?
Just throwing that out there.
Oh my God, I don't even know what that means.
I'm bringing everybody down. Everybody's coming down this year.
The premise of the show is basically they come out in like they look like a Mardi Gras float.
But are they singing just random shit? Or are they trying to disguise their voices to sound like somebody else?
I don't understand how they would get audio inside of like a mascot head.
Probably fake.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like that's what I
They
didn't
recorded,
get.
they
Like,
recorded singing at some other time.
yeah. So then like they pre-record it and then they dance.
But I'm saying they're not singing. Are they trying to sing, like throw their voice, or are they using their own voice to sing somebody else's song?
I just saw
It's
it.
not
and
in
like,
your fucking notes.
the three things that I paid attention to were like the Asian guy, mascots, and then there was like yelling in the crowd, and they were really hyping it up. And then I was just like, man, that looks so terrible.
So is it just as good as that dumb show with that putrid fucking face Tegan chick? When they come in and they sing somebody else's song?
I don't know. I think you're talking about Rocky Dennis.
No. I really saw that was on TV last week too.
Not the mask.
I can't watch it. I still can't watch it.
Why not?
It's a horrible movie.
I always thought it was funny.
And I don't understand the biker gang, how they just took him in. He's like one of the
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, it was very weird. Like, he, like, what's it say on the bottom? Well, what's weird is I never read the back of this box, and it says Dennis, a disfigured teenager whose face resembles a bizarre mask. But like, that's obviously like in the opinion of the guy who's writing it. It's terrible to say that about him. I just remember watching it, but as a child, I didn't understand I feel like that I'm older now. I understand like there's a part in there where a prostitute fucks him.
I think the bikers
Yeah, they get like a hooker.
I don't
to
think
sleep with
I
him.
don't think he did though, did he?
It was definitely implied. I mean, I think they like the next day I don't. It was a real
Cher was
weird
probably
scene.
behind it. She's like that.
It was a very bizarre scene, but like I don't know. That's weird to watch as a child.
What
But
was the disease he had? What does it say?
I don't think it does say. Mask features incredible performance by Cher, Eric Stoltz. No. Is that who played Mask? Eric Stoltz? No, it doesn't say anything about it. I don't know.
No, who played Eric Stoltz, the biker? I know the other dude was a biker.
No,
fucking
Eric
ruffian.
Stoltz is the guy who plays
Are you sure?
Rocky Dennis. He's the redhead. Yeah.
Is it really? Wow. All right. It wasn't good.
No, I think it was a good movie.
Sam Elliott was in there.
Yeah, Sam
I
Elliott.
said he's always in that. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a good Cher. Like that was a blockbuster movie back then.
So to make it a blockbuster movie, Cher has to be in it.
Yeah.
Name one other good movie Cher was in.
I'm saying back then.
She was only in it because she probably had a record come out.
I don't know. She was good in it, man. She looked like a biker whore. Like she's definitely like plays the part of an old lady. An old lady. Sam Elliott's old lady. And the weird child.
93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's
You know what
that's
what
like a
didn't
pity.
get?
That's a pity.
How about what's it called? Holmes and Watson getting 0. And then nobody said anything else after it. Like, too many people like Will Ferrell to, like, bash the movie.
What? Yeah, it's not. It's
I saw the previews, and I was like, I don't think that's going to be any
No.
good.
no. And I like the other dude.
Yeah, no, I like him a lot. I like him when he's weird in Tim and Eric stuff. Like Dr. Steve Broyle or whatever his name is.
He's funny, but I don't. Yeah, I didn't really. I thought that was just a goof they threw out really quick. But I guess
Why
put
didn't
a
they
lot
do
of money
Step
into it.
Brothers 2? Like, you were together.
Well, originally he
You
wanted.
had
to-
I guarantee that wasn't, unless they didn't own the rights to
didn't-
Step Brothers.
Didn't he want to do a presidential movie? Didn't he want to do like a
I thought he did do like a.
no? He did it as like a fake, like in skits. But I think he would do a whole movie like that, and then people just said, "Don't bother, it's stupid." And then he shut that down, and instantly he started working on this. So I think this
Yeah.
is just like a
I don't know,
reflex.
but you figured it probably costs way more to go over. Maybe it's cheaper to shoot over there. I don't know how any of that
London
works.
Town?
I stopped saying London Town. Yeah, I don't know that I won't watch it.
Should we watch it on the show and critique it?
We could. I wouldn't critique it, but
I don't think we
could
can
watch
put.
it.
I don't think we can put the video on YouTube. I think they shut you off.
I think if the audio's on, so you could watch, we would be able to show the video. It's the audio that they pick up on, not the video, because it's algorithms. That's why other ones got pulled, or we got pulled because of music. Because I wanted to play. Roger kept sending me. Who was that Texas singer? Now we got into talking about Tom Segura in Your Mom's House making fun of Garth Brooks.
I love Garth Brooks. What the fuck's the matter? with him?
Of course you would.
He sold out the fucking. He sold out. What is Central Park? He brought country to New York City. They had Garth bars installed.
Bubba Sanford and Garth Brooks. Isn't he the one who also has like an alter ego?
No, let me explain
Toby
to you.
Keith, God love her.
Oh, no,
is
I don't
what,
like. I don't like him.
That's what Roger wanted me to watch.
No, I don't like him. No, what happened with the Garth Brooks thing was there was a movie.
Let's get into really bad country
No,
music
what I'm
for a
saying-
little bit. Let's settle in right now.
There was a movie that was coming out. Okay, they were
Oh, wait a
filming,
minute. Are you defending Garth Brooks?
Yeah, I'm explaining why he had the alter ego thing. So what happened was they had a movie coming out.
Hold
so
on.
he jumped on. He jumped on early and was like, "Yo, I'll do the soundtrack and I'll do a bunch of music." And then the movie never came out, and the people still just put this album out. So they didn't understand is like if he was trying to change his look. It was supposed to be for a movie that was going to come out and never came out.
I'm not buying it. I'm buying bad marketing. I'm buying he's a weirdo
He
because
has
he's too
a
famous.
he's got a residency in Vegas. Makes a lot of money.
I'm not. No,
Cheated on his wife.
No, he
And now he's
is
married to
like
the girl he cheated on.
because
He's not a good person,
I've
but-
only been finding stuff about him because of Tom Segura and Your Mom's House because they just like rip into his Instagram because he's so weird. But like he's like one of the biggest draws in the world.
Yeah, he sold more than the Beatles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he sucks.
he's good.
name
Now-
name 3 good songs right now.
I danced with my mother
I bet you do.
at my wedding for
Who doesn't?
It's your song, I believe it was called.
Oh, that's not the name of the song. I was like, man, this is a
Let's
little
go.
long.
It's your song.
Oh, it's your song. It's called. That was your wedding dance with your mommy.
It's about singing to his mom. So I danced with my mom with that.
Oh my god! Did you wear cowboy boots? Did you?
Does it
you-
look like
did
I
you-
would fit in a cowboy
Did
boots?
you dip your mother?
No.
Dip.
He's very good. I had a double live. I had the box sets.
All right, that's one song.
Oh, you want to keep going?
You need to name 3. I want to see if you're really a fan.
I do, but I don't know names of songs.
You're such a loser.
I don't know names of songs.
What's your 3 favorite rock movies?
Let's see. None of that fucking Fast and Furious bullshit.
They're not his movies.
Yeah, he's a star.
He has cameos.
I'm gonna say. I like the one with well, Jumanji wasn't too bad.
I thought Jumanji was one of his
too
better ones.
I like
But that's because
what's
Kevin
Central
Hart.
Intelligence is pretty good.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
What about ones where he's by himself and there's not really like another?
I like
lead?
Skyscraper.
You did
Hell
not.
yeah.
You did not.
I liked what's the other one? The San Andreas?
Ugh, they're the same movie.
No.
One's about an earthquake. The other one's about what? Tidal wave.
A building that catches fire?
Yeah. Sounds like something
Just
right up
taking
your
over?
alley. Just waiting for all those hunky firefighters to show up.
He was a good Conan. Conan. Yeah, you forgot about that shit, didn't you?
That was before he was annoying.
He's the most electrifying man in sports entertainment.
I don't know. He's tolerable anymore. I mean, you and Jer stick up for him so much that like I'm just tired of arguing about him. But he I don't know.
He's an honest, good guy.
I don't. He
But
might.
does it bother you that he's a nice guy?
No, what bothers me is I followed him on social media and I watched his shit for a month. And then I just started realizing that it was just the same character he played on WWE. And I'm like, oh, this isn't really him. Like, I'm not saying he's not a nice guy, but I'm saying what he's doing is pretending to be someone like he was in wrestling.
No, not if you follow him on anything else. He's not.
Yeah, I did. That's just my feeling. And then I was like,
you
know what,
did
dude?
a
Like, I'm
whole
not
show-
buying
no,
it.
he did
I'm
a
not
whole
buying it. Like it's all like acting, like where he's like, just comes to and he's like, hey, all right. We're like, you know what? The fans are real great today, man. Like, look, we're gonna stop here. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. They love me.
You sound like Trump.
I don't.
I like
don't
him,
know.
too.
I guess I just don't like him on social media. Jumanji really is the only thing I think he's been decent in.
Did you watch San Andreas?
No.
Did you watch a movie that he was in with Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch?
Which, you know what? I don't
He was
like
good in
him
that movie.
because his movies are just as bad as Vin Diesel's. And if I like those kind of movies because Vin Diesel's in them, I just don't like him because of The Rock. I don't like
But
him.
what about the Marky Mark movie?
Because his movies really aren't
He
good.
was hilarious in the Marky Mark movie.
What? Pain and Gain?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good in that. But he
Yeah.
played a juice head. That's what he is.
He's not a juice head.
Oh, my God.
Follow him on fucking. All he does is work out all day long.
You don't think he's got any help at all? He's
No.
He's taking absolutely nothing. He's just saying his, saying
he's
his
on
prayers and
HGH. Oh, he's
thank
on
you.
HGH. Well, he's not on
He's
fucking.
doing
he's on
something.
steroids on HGH.
Look at how upset you are.
I'm not upset. Listen, I sent the pictures to you multiple times of Vin Diesel and his big fat gut.
It was for
He
it was for a
cheats.
role.
He is a cheater. No, well, he was never fat in any role.
That's not true.
He's a cheater.
What
He's
did he
one
cheat
who's
on?
he's the one that's bending over and taking shots in his ass so he can play a stupid role. He has no fucking nothing.
I don't believe that, and you don't have any
Useless.
proof. You're slandering his name.
Yeah.
And he's a really good actor. He was good in Boiler Room and Fast and Furious 1, Fast and Furious 2, Fast and Furious 3.
Was he? What was that one? He was the babysitter. How was that movie?
I don't know. Didn't The Rock do a babysitter one? The Tooth Fairy one. Come on, we go tit for tat. They're
He
both
was a pro.
terrible
He was a
movies.
pro wrestler, or he was a pro football player
Who?
in that movie. He's a pro football player.
Who?
The Rock. What was the movie? He was a pro football player, and he had to go and. It was a movie for Disney.
Speaking of Disney,
Moana?
what do you think about adult Disney people? Like adults going to Disney and getting excited and like dressing up.
Oh no, they're weirdos.
And like,
listen,
well,
you can
Jared
pick
pointed
out-
this out when he posted about being on a plane and
No,
like,
no.
and they were like excited and we're like, we're all going to Disney.
No, you walk around and the creepiest, scummiest people will be like, I got my best clothes on, and it'll be like a Mickey Mouse shirt or like a Minnie Mouse shirt. It's always weird fat ladies. That's who likes Disney.
What do you think about Disney people? Like adult Disney people, not people taking their kids there.
There's people that go. I'm talking about people that go by themselves with no children.
Yes.
They
Is
dress
that what
in
was
the whole
primarily on the plane?
No. I mean, there's couples that go quite a bit.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
weird.
All decked out.
It's
and
100% not for adults.
They do it every year. I mean, I got friends that do it.
It's just weird.
To each his own, but I don't see the draw to it.
Oh, did I get mad at Disney World because there's just random foreigners?
What about when they do Star Wars stuff? Would you go there by yourself? Like,
No.
would you like? Okay,
It's
let's
still-
let's
that's
say
only
take
for
your
kids.
kids out of the equation, and your kids are older, and
No.
would you take just Gina to go see like the Star Wars hotel?
I'd like to get really fucked up on on drugs.
Yeah, that's like I plan on going
Yeah.
back
It's
to
not
Disney.
even-
If
it's-
I would go to Disney, like if the next time I court a gal, in that 6 months that the relationship lasts, I would like to go to Disney, but I would like to go there and like get high and get drunk and walk around and go to Universal Studios.
But the Star Wars Hotel is something special. And that's,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a sci-fi bit too. That's
Yeah.
But actually, what we're talking about right now is totally different than like couples dressing up with like mouse hats on and like doing Disney.
well, every year that's their vacation.
Yeah.
That's her vacation.
That's
Yeah,
their
it's but it's
vacation.
when I went there, I had my kids and everything. But then when they would go off and do things, because my daughter, the one daughter's really young when we went, so the other daughter had to get the autograph of every single princess. So they were off doing a lot
What's
of
wrong
things.
with
so
that?
It's
What's wrong with having a princess autograph, bro? Where are they now? Did you put them in frames or anything?
no, she has an autograph book, which by the way she lost while we were there, and then I had to go track it down.
Oh, I was hoping you had to get
Oh.
all the autographs.
No, listen.
again.
So she lost it. So then I was picked to go around and be creepo and like just look through everybody's shit trying to find.
Yeah,
this
right,
thing.
dude. You
Yeah.
kicked in. You're like, I'm clearing the
No.
place. I'm clearing
Listen.
the place.
I listen. You know how many people I almost knocked the fuck over because people from foreign like foreigners from other countries don't have the same thing that we have. Like they don't understand shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
They'll
I love
just walk
them.
in straight lines and you'll walk and they won't move. Like they want you to move out of the way, and I was like, no, that's not how this works. So I would just fucking walk through people. If you have a fucking
Sounds to
a
me like you
stroller-
were a bully.
No,
and
people
now
are
you're
assholes.
knocking babies over.
People are assholes. So yeah, they're assholes. They try to cut in line. They're assholes.
Sounds like Dorney Park.
Yeah, I don't go there either.
I went
There's
with my.
crazy people that jump fences there and get shot by cops.
I think he was trying to get the Potsies.
Yeah, like
I went with
5
my
different drugs in the
family.
system?
I went with my family, but I feel like, and I told my parents this, that like I was too young. Like I don't really remember a lot
It's
of it.
not. It's not even the same as what it was back
Yeah.
then.
My parents still go.
It's crazy now. It's crazy. I mean, you literally like at least my daughter, like when she wanted to go and get autographs, there's like the app now. So then you just sit there and it'll be like, hey, this person's gonna be here.
Yeah.
And then you look on your phone, it's like, well, you're here and here they are, and you can just go.
Well, is it weird that my parents go? They go every year because they visit my uncle in Florida, and then they stay.
they're there-
they stay in Disney. But like my dad likes checking out like the architecture and just
No,
walking around
no.
at night.
They're not going to Disney then. They're going to your family member and then just stopping off at Disney because they're there.
Yeah, they stay there for like 2 nights.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
It's the ones that wear all Disney clothes all the time.
Yeah.
They're super fucking creepy about it.
I wonder if there's documentaries or anything about it because there is
You know,
weird
there-
stuff
there's-
that goes on at
Well,
Disney.
there's a secret fucking club that you have to pay a shit ton of money.
Well, see, the guy.
get
This
into
is what I wanted to get into because the guy I used to work with over at the deli, they go every year, but they go so much that they know the ins and outs. Like he said, like his son went and it was raining, so then they wanted to go on the tropical safari, and then that got canceled. So then a guy approached them and was like, you know, hey, how's your stay going? And he's like, we wanted to do this and we can't. And he's like, well, we'll make it up to you. And they took him to the safari, and then they took him to a private restaurant where this like guy cooked for just them, like
Yeah.
as like the sun was coming
There is
down.
a I forget
like
what
that stuff would be cool, but I feel like you would have to spend a ton of
Well,
money.
I forget what it is, but there's a private club that you have to pay so much a year to be involved in. And there's like a secret code to get into it. No one
Yeah.
knows where it is in the park. There's documentaries done on it now so people can find it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of weird shit. Like when we went there, we talked to all these girls that were like, they're all college kids. And they're like, oh no, I work here. So like, you work here like 6 days a week, you get paid shit, but you get a free pass. So you can come hang out here. I don't want
Yeah.
to fucking hang out there after I work there.
My mom's friend's niece is getting an internship there.
Yeah, you don't get paid shit.
I don't know. I just thought it was weird
I
that
got really sick on the is it Small World ride because they haven't cleaned the fucking ride and probably since it came out.
Oh, you're saying you touched something weird?
No, just you when you're floating by, there's just like everything's fucking dusty and dirty.
Poo particles. You got pink eye in Disney.
Dude, I couldn't fucking breathe. I got out. I was like, ugh, it was gross.
But to Disney's defense, you do have really bad asthma.
I really don't.
What?
But if you'd go,
Didn't
you'd
you
prob-
have
you'd
to?
probably
Didn't you
die.
have to get that UFC fighters breathing treatment?
Yeah, because I don't have asthma.
You're so
I don't
full
have an
of
inhaler
shit.
because I don't have asthma.
You're so full of shit.
I don't have asthma. I don't have an inhaler. If you go there, you'd probably die on that fucking little floaty ride.
No, I've been on that ride. I actually was a child.
When you were a child, go there
But
now. It hasn't
that-
been cleaned since then.
Since that vacation actually is when I got asthma.
Yeah. If I got it from there.
I don't know. I just thought it was weird when I read his post, and I just pictured these like creepy serial killer couples like dressed with Mickey Mouse ears.
Well, it's kind of cool now because
and
now
he said
they
they
have.
clap when they land. That was weird too.
Yeah.
That's his.
The
That
only flights I'm on that when we land,
They
like,
clap.
the plane
Yeah, I don't get it.
yeah, and the other that's like when people clap when movies are over. That's horrible too.
But the cool thing about Disney is now you have wristbands.
Yes.
So you literally, to get in, you just hold your fucking wristband up to
Yeah.
the thing, and they have Fast Pass.
Yeah.
But the thing is, everybody gets Fast Pass. So you have to go online and sign up for Fast Pass, and everyone else does too. So unless you pay like a lot of money, you can get a special kind of Fast Pass. But yeah, I didn't go on anything I ever wanted to go on. I didn't see anything I ever wanted to see. I got shafted on everything. I wanted to take my daughter to Star Wars and have her do Jedi training, and none of that ever happened. But I got to see every single one of the princesses. I got to wait in line.
Alone or with your daughter?
No, I got to wait in line for hours to get autographs.
I remember Space Mountain because that was the first roller coaster that I was on where it was in the dark and everything glowed.
Yeah.
And then they were installing something else, but it wasn't. Like I said, I feel like, I don't know, not a waste of a vacation, but I don't know. But then you have to
it's
take.
expensive.
Do you take your kids there because they're excited because they're children and they're still
That's it. But
living in?
But for how much it fucking cost, it's like
Yeah, man. But I mean, it's not cheap to recreate dreams, Jesse.
doesn't cost that much to make dreams either.
What do you mean?
It's like $100 a person to go in the fucking park in a day.
I don't know.
If you got a couple kids there, it's a couple $100 every fucking day.
What if you get a pass?
It's still a lot of money.
Yeah.
The only people that get good deals, if you have friends that live down there, they get in for like next to nothing, and then
Yeah.
they get you a pass. That's what Straka does. Straka Art.
He hit me up today. He wants to do his show, Impaired Illustrations.
I like to drink. I can't draw now, so maybe I can draw one.
Well, no, what he wants to do is basically do his show here, and then we'll basically get a podcast and the Impaired Illustrations. So we'd probably start out talking, and then we let Scott take over, and then it would
So
just
he's
turn
gonna
in-
draw. That's good. I want to draw.
No, I don't think they always draw because I think they just get drunk.
No, but they draw stuff. Let's have him draw.
The Halloween one
John
was
fucking
awesome.
Wick while he's here.
I don't think he draws anything like that. Like he puts up to the store. I think they just get drunk
Scott
and
Straka,
doodle.
where's my camera? Draw fucking John Wick, you piece of shit.
Because we would just do it at the table. I don't know. I want to do stuff with him. Ad Lib hit me up because the studio's back together, so they want to come back down here. So I'm going to try and get a hold of him and do something. I want them to do something down here. Like I maybe get Trouble City to be like the house band, and then get those guys to like do one of their songs, like acoustic broken down. I don't know. I want to start doing stuff like that. We're having Trouble City be the house band, and then have music people on, but then have them kind of have to do their music too, Trouble City style, and then just record it.
That was awesome when they were here.
What, when we did that? Yeah, I mean, that was cool for not having any
Yeah.
shit and just kind of winging it. That came out really good.
I didn't pan anything. I should have fucking panned it. I could have done a lot better, but it was pretty shotgun. Just do it right away.
Yeah, I mean, we used a GoPro.
Yeah.
I don't know. That came out cool.
It was
But
awesome.
No, he hit me up. What I want to do is next week we'll do one more show with just the two of us, and then after that we'll bring in Ray from Lost Souls, and then we'll get Ray done, and then we'll go into Luke and Drew, and then because eventually we can have Luke and Drew on together, which will be cool.
Yeah.
And then there's just a couple other local people, and then when we get the feel of doing the show, and then in March I want to get Skype hooked up, and then we'll probably do Reload Rub first.
Did you talk about the? We didn't talk about the.
Jokes with jokes.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to get into that, and it's not on my notes, but man, did that go a lot better than I thought it was in the last 5 minutes of that show.
No one shows up on time.
Nope. There
It seems like I think the jiu-jitsu people don't really have schedules. They just kind of just stroll in whenever they want.
JM brought that up on. I listened to their podcast. I had to go out to Tamaqua, which I want to circle back to that time machine. But I was listening to their podcast, and he was saying about how he was like, dude, he goes, it was 5 of, and I'm like, what the fuck are we gonna do?
Yeah, a lot of them just strolled in with like sweatpants on. Like they're just like, fuck it. They're not in a hurry to do anything.
No, and you know
But-
what it is?
but they're
It's-
a good
You know what
crowd.
it is? It's because they exercise every day and they're calm.
Yeah, and they're
Just calm.
But
Who
they're
cares?
they're a good crowd,
They're great people.
Yeah.
It's a really good community.
and they all back each other up, which is
Mm-hmm.
awesome. It went very well. Tyler Rothrock, I felt, did very well.
We got there.
He was very nervous.
I got there at 5:30, or no, I got there at 5. Doors open at 5:30.
I'll tell you about the sound thing then, Jer.
Well, the sound guy
Oh my god.
was leaving, and he said, "Hey, everything's good to go." We got Kevin set up, and Kevin was setting up in the back, and then I put you and Kevin together because I knew he would be able to help you because he sets up his own shit. Shout out to DJ Heavy Kev helping us out on that.
I love how he just comes in and just starts spinning shit.
Yeah,
And within 3 seconds, it's just motherfucking everything. And then
Yeah.
everybody just looks at him. He goes, "Oh, am I not supposed to play?"
he goes,
that?"
"What should I spin?" And I go, "Zach, I go, is this whatever?" And he goes, "Yep." And I go, "Play whatever you want."
Yeah.
That's part of, like, I'm not going to ask Kevin to come out there on his own time.
Yeah.
The dude gets, anywhere from $400 to $500 a night DJing,
Yep.
and he's doing the shit for free. And what am I going to say? Stick to the oldies.
I
Like,
just love
no.
that.
And then
the
what
lady who was chaperoning us.
yeah, she
who
didn't
runs the
want
whole
to
thing.
be there at all.
No, she didn't want to be there.
No.
And all of a sudden, we're like, we're bringing in a DJ. And he just starts playing hip hop and
Yep.
just fucking swearing and doing shit. And he was like, oh. So she wasn't sure what the hell was going on.
No, because they're used to having like classical
Yeah,
music.
they have
played
jazz there
Yeah.
a couple times a month.
And the bartenders, when the whole thing was over, were so excited and thanked me
Yeah.
because they didn't have to like go to like their regular events. So that lady had some of the stuff ready to go, but then some of it I had to like stay on top of her, which I'm trying to do more in 2019 is like just call people out on shit instead of being like, oh no, I get why this isn't right. And then I like texted her and I was like, yo, you said the back room would be for the fucking comics. Why is there tables and shit everywhere?
yeah, just
Clean
like
it the
was an
fuck
afterthought.
out.
It was an
Yeah.
afterthought.
So
And they
she-
didn't have lights on?
yeah, and then she eventually did clear the room, but like I'm like whatever. So then
She's like, yeah, there's bathrooms back here, but the doors are locked.
yeah, so I got everything ready, and then Kara came and the girls and they
Yeah,
set
they
up,
helped out.
Yeah, they were
They
awesome
did really well.
because they ran the raffle. And
What was his? It was his cousin out there. I don't remember.
yeah, I
her
don't
name.
remember her name either.
She did. She helped out with Kara and her sister. I don't know.
Yeah, they sat out front
Yeah.
and then they did all that, which was awesome. And then what was it? And then you started having sound problems, and I feel bad because Andy was calling me, and I was real short with him, and he was like, "Oh, you're getting snarky," and I hung up on him. And then like I thought about it later, and I was like, "Man, I probably should have apologized," but like. People kept calling me. Like my mom was like,
Yeah.
"Where's the parking garage?" And I hear you and Kevin being like, "There's zero audio."
There's zero.
And then now it's 6:00 and there's no one here. And I'm like, oh, okay.
So
And then now it's 6:45. Tyler shows up and then
and then he
and then
was
he's
worried.
and then he's just like, hey, where is everybody? And I'm just like, thanks, double inner voice. Like
Yeah,
I don't need to be told.
but then you deflected him and just go, hey, and there's no audio either.
Yep. I was like,
And then
oh,
he-
well, the audio's out. And he
And
goes,
then he
what?
kept coming up and going, what are we gonna do? There's no audio. And I go, I will rerun the audio the
Yeah.
way that I would normally.
Well,
do it.
I wasn't worried because I knew worst case scenario we would move Kevin to the front of the room and run the mics through Kevin's
It'd be
stuff.
fine.
Yeah.
It just, but it's a matter of
It was
she's
super stressful.
saying everything's set.
Yep.
We had mics, and
Yep.
I said, well, no, we had one.
And then
mic.
every time she kept touching the board, she kept questioning you. And I said, look, you told me I needed a sound guy. She told me that that sound guy wasn't going to be there. So that's why I asked
Well, she
you
goes-
because you had other shit to do that night.
But she goes, I walked up and I was going because one mic worked, and I was like, all right, well, we need to like select the other mic. We need to like activate the other mic, and it wouldn't do anything. So then she comes up, she goes, hey, don't touch anything. And I go, hey, cool, I have a degree in this shit. I can do this. And she goes, oh, well, everything was set up. And I said, no, it really isn't set up. We only have one mic.
well, the mic
And
worked.
then I go, okay, we have one mic. And then like an hour later, we had no mics.
No.
And I couldn't figure out where
And you were getting upset.
and it's touchscreen and it's all automated, and I don't want to fuck with people's shit. So I said, the worst comes to worst, I'm gonna disconnect fucking everything and run everything the way it should have been run instead of the way they ran it.
But
and call it a day. And then
you started going into Hulk mode, and I'm
was
like,
pissed off.
I know, and I'm
she
just
goes,
like,
he's coming right back.
And there's really no diffusing when anyone is going in that direction. So I was like, hey, Jesse, why don't we just calm down a little bit? This will all get figured out. Then my phone's ringing again, and it's Andy, and he's like, yo, dude, I'm on the side of the building. And I'm like, what side? And he's like, the side. And I'm just like, okay. And then like my mom calls, and I'm just like, oh my God. Then I see Tyler, and he's just like, hey man, there's nobody here. And I'm like, and we don't have audio. And he's like, why aren't you freaking out? And I'm like, I am inside. And then like I go in the back, and I make sure those guys got beers, and those guys didn't care. But the closer it kept getting to 7, I kind of got looks from them like, hey, there's like 8 people here. And then Tyler's like, what do we do? And then he's like, we'll like push it back to 7:30. And he was a complete pro. Like he was nervous and stuff, but I could tell like I'm like, if we ever do that event again, like when I do something again, I know I will still go through like feeling that way. But you could tell it was like autopilot where he was like, you know what, dude, like we're going to push it back to 7:30. Then that way have a couple more people here.
When he kept saying, there's no audio. And I go, you're just going to have to talk really loud.
I'm sure that's exactly what he wanted to hear.
And he goes, yo, that's not even fucking funny. And I go, just talk loud.
I wish he would have like popped you in the mouth and then been like, hey, I'm sorry.
But so anyway, Jared, this is the best part. So it stopped working. Like we had one mic, then we had none. So it's an automated board. Everything's touchscreen.
10-7.
And everything's run the way they have it run. And I'm like, okay, we're getting audio. Like I can see the levels, and I can do white noise to the speakers, but the sound is not going into the board, into the being directed to the speakers. So I go, okay, well, how do I do this? Like, how do I activate the fucking channel? Nothing. Well, the sound guy's coming back.
Yeah, that's
so
all they
10
kept
minutes
saying.
before the fucking thing starts, the guy comes in and he just goes, hits a button and just backs away like a caveman. And just stands there and just goes, hello? And nothing. He goes, it doesn't work. And I go, yeah, no shit. No shit.
Yeah, it hasn't worked for the last 45 minutes.
So then the guy sitting there and he's going, I don't know why it doesn't work. I don't get it. And he's trying to do shit. And I'm like, well, I was just going to pull everything and move into different channels and not go through all your shit. And he goes, I think that's what we're going to do. So he moved all the channels over, does everything, and everything worked. And I go, well, that's what I was going to do anyway, worst case scenario. And then he sits down and he starts talking to me and going, I can control the board with an app on my iPad. And I go, cool. And then I'm walking by and he just goes, yo, come here. He's like, I figured out what it was. And I go, what?
Best part.
And he goes, none of the tracks are none of the channels are activated. They were activated. Somehow they got deactivated. And I don't even know how to do that on the board. I have to do it on my iPad.
So like he turned his iPad off.
So I go, so no matter what I would have done,
Yeah.
this wouldn't have worked. And he goes, no.
He would have had to turn, like he basically turned
So he
everything
fucked
off.
me over.
He left and then like
Fucked
basically the iPad got disconnected from the Wi-Fi and none of the audio worked.
And he goes, I don't even know how to make any of these channels active unless I have the iPad. And I go, so then I wouldn't have been able to do anything. And he goes, no, but we figured it out. It's good. I was like, so you fucked me over.
And it's 7:05.
Yeah.
But what ended up happening was 5 of 7. And then what's the other lady too? Like Tyler's like, hey, let's figure out the lights. So I'm like, cool. So I call Kara in and I'm like, we're going to have you decide how the lights look. So I go over to the lady and we start turning the lights off and the lady comes over and she goes, what are you doing? And I just go, I'm turning the lights down. And then she's just like, all right, well, like, I go, well, like what we want is like the lights down and the stage lit. And then Tyler's like, well, what controls this? What controls that? And she's telling me, and I'm like, well, what do you normally do when you have a function in here? Like, shouldn't you know how to look this? Which she told me she did. And then eventually Tyler just made her turn all the lights off except for the stage. And then I was like, cool, we're lit. And she's like, okay. And I'm like, why wouldn't you have just been like, hey, we have to turn these lights off?
Well, we asked her how to
She made everything difficult.
We asked her how to turn the lights on where the people were, because all we had were the lights in the hallway.
Yeah, she
with
left
the doors open.
She set us up in the green room,
Yeah.
and then she didn't turn any lights on.
And then I asked, I said, well, how do you do the lights? She goes, you do have lights. And I go, no, we have lights in the hallway with the doors open. How do we turn those lights on? And she goes, and I go, it's going to have to be done down below, like in the orchestra area, because you wouldn't be able to control the lights from up top because you're in the balcony.
Yeah.
If you could turn the lights off in the balcony, people could fuck with it during the show. So he says, so you have to go down below and turn the lights on. And she goes, no, there's switches up here. Okay, well, we've all looked.
Who ended up getting the lights on?
She went down below and turned them
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
She just felt like from the get-go, even when she showed me the space.
She didn't want to be bothered.
She wanted nothing to do. Because I said to her, I go, can
And
we...
who hired a security guard? Was that part of it?
Well, no, she told me I needed security
Who the fuck was
because
that
there
guy?
wasn't going to be a security guard. And then there was a security
Yeah,
guard.
I don't know who that guy was.
I'm glad he came because we didn't have to watch the door because she kept telling me I need 2 people to be outside
but-
the entire event.
But he didn't do anything. He stood in there, and unless they knew what door to go in,
I don't know. If I
They'd
had that
walk
job,
in-
I wouldn't have done anything.
why?
I would have just been eating snacks out of that snack
You'd be
machine.
so fucking bored
No way, dude. I've been on my phone the whole time.
texting bitches.
You would have been like clearing rooms
What
and
venue
like
was that?
it was
Symphony Hall.
Symphony Hall.
It was a nice. I mean, it was a nice room. It was not. It was, I mean,
I don't know. I probably would try and do the State Theater in Easton next time.
I'll bring a machine gun.
No way. They got those people with yellow jackets on there. You're fine. So 5 of 7. Finally, even my mom was late, so it wasn't just like the jiu-jitsu guys were late. Everyone showed up at 5 of 7.
Yep.
And then it filled out, and I was like, oh. And then I was like, finally, there's
Did we get a
people
head
here.
count? Did we get a head count or no?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know because there was and you can't tell because so many people bought tickets
Yeah.
just to support the cause. So going into it, they had, I think over $2,000, which they raised from doing the finishers at the school. They did a raffle, and I think the admission went to that. And then JM did seminars at a school, and all of what he made, he gave towards it, which was nice because it would have been very. I feel like you can raise that much money in one show, but not in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. What we
No.
had to pull that off, and
Stretch it out.
so then once it got set up, everybody started kind of calming down. Everybody kind of had a couple beers in the back, and then it started. And every jiu-jitsu guy I thought was
funny.
hilarious.
And I love how and Andy came out and he was just like, yeah, well, fuck all you guys because I do this for 8 fucking years and I just figured it out, and you guys did it on your first fucking time.
Yeah. Thad
were funny.
Frick's joke about the soda can,
Mountain Dew,
the
yeah.
Mountain Dew, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, they were funny.
The first guy, I forget his name. It was so funny because it was so out of nowhere. He was like, you know what I really don't like about Christmas and the people who ruin it? The Jews. And I was just like, oh my
Listen,
God.
he walked up to Kara and he goes, do you have a marker? And she goes,
Yeah.
yeah. He goes, all right, can you write this stuff? Like, you have really nice handwriting.
Yeah.
And she goes, I don't know. He
It would've
goes,
been
"All right."
cool.
He goes, so write on my hand, Christmas. And she goes, okay. And he goes, write Jews. And I go, well, I don't know where this is going. And he goes,
Yeah.
right, they wreck everything. And I go, all right, this is going to be
he
good.
tried to back it up. I feel like that joke would have worked better if he just left it there and moved on.
Well,
but,
the best is even Tyler was like, well, this is great. I show up and you guys already hate Jews.
Yeah, and then he kind of hosted it along with JM. JM kind of
Yeah.
like came out in between, and then so it went the first guy who was one of their friends that came on last minute. Then it was Thad. Then it was JM. Then it was Zach, and then it was Andy. Because Tyler wanted to mix it up just to kind of warm the crowd out, but JM was like, "Dude, why would any of us want to follow an actual comic?"
Yeah.
And then Tyler hosted the whole time, and then Chris Freed,
Yeah.
he closed it out, which was funny because I think he was getting frustrated at the end, and they just started saying rude stuff. And then we did the raffle, which was my favorite part of the entire event, because before we left, I had bought this terrible. We were at Widow's drinking, and I was just looking up Vin Diesel stuff that I usually send to Jer, and he's just like, ugh. And that somebody drew it, and he's got like this water head that comes out. It's terrible rendition.
Not only is it bad, it's not even the original drawing. It's
No.
a photocopy of
Yeah.
a drawing,
Yeah.
and you bought it.
Yep.
And I told you-
$25.
And I told you it was horrible. So you added it.
I added it to
The raffle.
The raffle.
So I bought raffle tickets.
You did. And next to the
And-
raffle was Luke from Ben Iron Forge, his wife
For Lucky
Lucky Shoe Horse Farm, I
yeah.
think. they have a horse farm, and one of the raffles was she gave away an hour. There were so many people that gave so much to this event.
Yeah.
It was so awesome. She gave an hour of horse riding lessons, and you were like, I want to get
I want to get it for my daughter. Yeah.
We had every prize up, and then we had brown paper bags, and then you had to put your ticket in the brown paper bag. Then we picked out who did it. You were putting it in the horse thing.
I put them
You
all in the horse thing.
accidentally missed one, and it fell in the Vin Diesel painting.
And then I couldn't
Who
find it.
Who won the Vin Diesel painting?
I won.
I just started yelling, "He's coming home!
No.
He's coming
I
home!"
donated him to 10th
Yeah,
Planet.
finishers took it.
Yeah,
then.
they
Which I was torn. I knew it was going to a good home, and I know that they're
He
going
said
to
he's
frame
going to
them.
frame it and put it up on the wall.
Yeah, because at their school they have like these like legendary guys who like started jujitsu and
Yeah.
like just all these like premier people, and then they said they're going to put Vin Diesel next to that.
Well, the best is that when I won the horse riding through the one guy just goes, "Poor goddamn horse."
Yeah,
And I
JM
go,
said
yeah.
that.
And I go, "It's not for me. What the fuck am I gonna?"
Yeah, Luke raffled off a knife. We had a Crayola package. We had finishers did a month of free
You had a
jiu-jitsu.
a bucket of Wawa stuff.
Yeah,
Poison?
Wawa.
Poison.
Wawa donated. Sheets did not. They opted out this year. They
You didn't even go to Sheets.
No, I didn't. They declined. It went really well. We raised $1,742, I believe, and it was enough to hit the mark. So from Jokes and Chokes, we were able to completely donate for over $4,000 to $4,300 to the Fight for the Forgotten with Justin Wren. So it will be built because of what everyone did, which is awesome. It was crazy to do that in a month, but we learned a lot. And everybody combined, it's a nice group to work with. I definitely would do it again. I love working with Tyler and those guys. They're easy to work with. And then the jiu-jitsu guys, like that's such an awesome community to be a part of. So that was so we kind of talked afterwards and we're like, we should definitely do something again. I don't know if it's going to be here or if we'll try and do another theater thing.
People suck. They'll ruin shit.
So I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do next. We're kind of going to breathe a little bit. Those guys do so much stuff. They have Finishers Midwest going on, which I didn't even realize that like they're just doing a whole nother finishers from another 10th planet in the Midwest. And then they're going to, I think it's Horizon. I'm going down again. That's the one I went to before in New York City at that like theater. And like Zach and JM are competing, and that little dude Bam Bam's going to be on.
Is that the one he's sponsored? Is that what he was showing the rash guards and stuff for? Is that what it is?
I think the rash guards are from Fuji.
Yeah, but
and they're the
it's
map
like
people.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they might be going down as Team
I
Fuji.
think that's what it is. Yeah.
I don't know, dude. They're making so many moves; it's hard to keep up. That school's so awesome. So I'm gonna go down, and I talked to Zach about maybe trying to film some stuff. Like, but if I only want to, unless I can go from like the car ride down. Like, I really want to film like a bunch of behind the scenes shit, and then like film.
They're funny
them
guys.
warming up.
They're funny too.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They're so busy that like it's hard to, like the fact that we had to do that in December. Like, because I talked to Rose and thank her so much. She did all the behind the scenes stuff with getting the venue and everything. But when I talked to her, she's like, when you do this again, it should be done in October or somewhere like where people aren't. Like, I feel like 30.
There's a lot
There's
going
probably like
on.
30 people who didn't show up because of it being
Well,
2 days from Christmas.
That sound guy left because he was shopping. He was Christmas shopping.
Yeah, well, don't wait till the last minute, sound guy. And then we had the finishers party over at the pristine Weyerbacher Brewery.
Yeah, I don't go there. Fuck that place. You piece of shit. Fuck you.
all over a beer. Do you like Weyerbacher, Jer?
I think too much of their stuff is over the top.
Yeah, I had like a coffee stout, and the guy was like, "It's strong."
Yeah, they've been around for
And I
like
was
30 years. No one knows who they are.
And I was
Go
like,
fuck
"Yeah."
yourself.
I'm like, "Whatever." And he's like, "No, it's strong." And I'm like, "Great." And then I tasted it, and I was like, "That's really strong," but I was surprised. Like, it was over the top. Like, it wasn't. I didn't want to keep drinking it. And I feel like that's a lot of their beer is that like I don't want to keep drinking their beer. Yeah. The only time I ever drank it is when I was like 22, and I would go out with Jer and Henry, and we would go to like the Brew Works.
Because they were like the only one besides the Brew Works that were around.
No, but it was only because it was like the Blithering Idiot was like 13.5% alcohol, so like that was appealing to me. It wasn't the taste or anything. I was like, I can slam these and just be wasted. But no, I don't know. Whatever. But the Christmas party over there was awesome. There was so much food, and then it's a cool spot. I mean, they just kind of like let you back in by where the like beer's being made.
Yeah.
And then they just had a couple tables and a bunch of food, and then Zach and JM just give a speech about the year, and then they give out belts, and Thor got his black belt. So that was cool. I don't know. It's just cool just watching all the stuff that goes on there. It's just they're doing a lot of cool stuff. But I was going to have just get that beer just to take a picture of it, but they like gave me a menu, and I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah, they tried to get me to
And I was
drink
just
it.
like, looked at the coffee stout and was like,
I
whatever.
had some nice words to tell those people that tried to get me to drink it at Oktoberfest. Yeah. Fuck that place. Fuck them. Piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know who would probably go there? Hipster assholes would go there.
You know who probably goes there? The unicycle people over at Jacobsburg, where they have unicycle mountain bikes. Did you ever see that?
No.
Saw that live with Mr. Muma. They're on unicycles. They have a mountain bike tire, and they go through the trails.
Why?
They didn't get hung up. I'm from the section we went through, which was a pretty
So how hard was
pretty
it
difficult section.
to not want to just push one of them over?
I didn't dislike him. I don't know. That's different. You know, I
You're
don't
an
know.
asshole.
You
They're
can
just
you,
assholes.
you can sit
Why
here.
would you do that?
You can sit here and say you hate him, but when you're like exercising, the blood's flowing in your nature. That's not the frame
yeah,
of mind
but-
you're
but-
in. That's
but-
why you go do stuff
But
like
I'm saying,
that.
but why
they
would you
went
do
by.
that? That's just stupid.
They went by, and we were just confused.
That's
and
like
Muma was like,
hey,
huh.
do you see the guy who works out who walks on his hands down the middle of the street? Yeah, he'd be an asshole too.
It's probably the same feeling when somebody sees someone with a crossbow at like an archery thing.
Okay, I didn't do that.
No, I'm just saying, like, that's probably what they think about crossbow people.
No. Crossbow people are awesome.
Do you have a crossbow?
Of course I do. I've never. I know I did. I lied. I went to the archery place once.
I'm just razzmatazzing you. I don't know why
I went there
anyone
one
would
time.
take a unicycle, Jesse, to Jacobsburg.
It's
But
stupid.
as stupid as it is, they were getting through the course, and that's really difficult. I can't get through the course on two wheels.
So, but you don't get bonus points because you're an asshole.
What do you think? Do you think it's weird?
That'd be like,
You think,
hey,
you think it's like Disney
that's
people?
like, yo, that's like, yo, I got a mountain bike, but I flattened the tires to make it hard, but I made it through. Who gives a fuck? You're an asshole.
No, but you do, like, the air pressure you put down to get through certain sections. Like, the air pressure is something that...
Yeah, but I'm saying, why would you take one tire?
I don't know, man. I thought it was weird as well. I feel like you're just seeking attention.
Yeah, you're an asshole. I love Jacobsburg. I do love Jacobsburg's great. I took my
We're
daughter there.
outgrowing it. We're outgrowing it.
No, I took my daughter there, and I met the couple of the park rangers, and they take like the kids out,
Yeah.
and it's fucking great.
I never did anything like
health,
that.
the health of the park is super awesome.
Yeah.
I went to the stream and checked all that stuff. It's fucking awesome.
No, I love it there. I wish it was nice out again. We're trying to take Tucker. Jair's kid just got a mountain bike, and we want to go over and take him through there, which will be awesome to get him going. But I don't know. We're kind of outgrowing it. I've been talking to Muma about like next season and what we want to do, and I think Jair's going to get a bike, but I don't know. I really want to do more of Trexler Game Preserve.
Yeah.
That was very difficult.
What's the
That
one up
was
in the
hard
White?
to
The
get
one up in
through.
Whitehall. That's not mountain biking. That's more just.
I don't know.
There's not a lot of. There's not. A
But
lot
I'd like
of
to do
off-road, but it's
I'd like to do
huge.
courses as well, like what the like the snowboarding places, like the ski resorts and stuff. And then Muma found a couple places that like we might camp out at, and then like mountain bike all day, stay over, and then mountain bike, and then go back.
Yeah.
But that's with like man-made stuff. I don't know. I'm excited to do it again. I was kind of bummed, but like I want to go over to Jacobsburg, but like it's so dangerous with all the leaves down because you can't see the rocks. And then if it rains, then everything's wet under the leaves, and then
It doesn't really dry out ever.
No. And I guess I could just stay on single trails and just get the fresh air. It's what I should be doing, but
Yeah, but you have asthma too, and the cold air fucks with your asthma.
yeah. But I got to get my cardio up because I don't want to drown on vacation. I almost drowned last year, so I'm definitely getting a boogie board this year.
Yeah, I don't know where mine are. I had a couple of them. I don't know where they are.
I don't know.
Probably got thrown out.
But yeah, the unicycle people, I guess, would be like the adult Disney people.
No,
You don't think?
no. Those people are just fucking creepy and weird. The unicycle people are just assholes.
You know what else is creepy and weird? Tamaqua. I've been wanting to talk about Tamaqua since last episode. With my new job, I have to go there to pick up, like I just do a pickup and then bring the stuff back. And then it's like an hour and 5 minutes away. And it's literally like traveling in time. Like it's so bizarre.
What's like, did you ever go to Jim Thorpe?
Jim Thorpe at least has like a vacation-y vibe.
It's very
Like,
nice, but when you go there, there's people that,
but like Tamaqua is like the town in Rambo when they're like, "What are you doing here?" And they're like on the bridge, and he's telling them to leave.
so you see a car, like, I don't recognize that car.
Dude, it's so weird. Like and then it's not just the town; it's the buildings inside the buildings. The people's like their clothing is dated. It's so weird. Like I went in to do the pickup, and they were listening to the radio on a boombox, and they have like brown carpet and everything's super 70s. It's so weird. So weird.
super happy they are, though.
No, it's not. It's
None
like
of those
it's
young
like
ruffians
it's like
with tattoos.
a coal region town.
Yeah.
It's just depressing.
Yeah, there was a search I was supposed to go to there, and it got canceled because
Oh yeah, that's right. That's why. Because I brought it up.
it was gonna rain because where we're going, it's so fucking cold, and it's not safe to be there after it rains. So you get push until it gets warm.
When's the last time you were there?
I actually, when the kid first went missing, I went there, and they called up the search and forgot to call me. So I was calling everybody, going, "Where is everybody?" Driving around. I was there for like maybe an hour.
By yourself, and
Yeah.
everyone went home.
No one was there.
Do you think they were in the parking lot and they're like,
Probably
"Yo,
laughing.
fuck him"?
Yeah. Yeah, they were like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry we didn't." And I go, "Yeah, that's great. I was here for an hour."
There is a brewery and a distillery out there, like
was just-
halfway, and then there's a butcher right next door. I was going to ask you if you wanted to check it out on a Saturday.
I went to a distillery a couple weeks ago in Allentown that just opened.
This isn't in Allentown.
It was pretty fucking awesome though. What the hell's it called? Something Hill Distiller. I forget what it is. Haven Hill.
What's the one in Bethlehem?
I bought gin for my coworker from there, and I don't remember what it's called.
Social still.
Yes.
Social Style. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
Yeah.
Any good?
I like it.
Yeah. I've never been.
I bought him gin, and he said he liked it. So
Yeah.
he lives in Bethlehem.
At
so-
Jokes and Chokes, the guy, I think the gin they were serving was from the Allentown distillery. But the one up towards Tamaqua, it's like 10 minutes outside of Tamaqua, is like this giant barn. And then right next door is a butcher shop. It's the only thing that I was like, I would come up this way.
You know what I talking about butchers. You know what I'm going to talk about?
What?
Jersey Mike subs.
Oh, that's on my list.
Yeah, I hate them.
Yeah.
I hate everything about it. I don't like New Jersey to begin with.
I feel like we're going to have two different reasons here. Like, I'm not going to like Jersey Mike's because they're messy, but you're going to be
No,
tied to
that's part of
some-
it. No, that's part of it.
But
so
you're
I went
gonna,
there.
You're going to be tied to some like weird underlining where like somebody politically said something and
No.
somehow somebody's cousin's
No,
related
so-
to. Who's the Nick Cage last name?
I don't know. You don't remember?
Yeah, no, what was
Coppola?
it? Coppola. Somehow the Coppolas funded
Fuck
Jersey
that pillow
Mike's
over there
and
too,
you,
by the
you
way.
hate it.
Fuck that pillow.
Ooh, I want to wrap up with Nicolas Cage because so many people enjoyed our Nicolas Cage
Yeah, I
banter.
fucking hate it. So, no, my wife, she was like, "Hey, you should on the way home stop and grab food." So I was just gonna go to somewhere. She's like, "Go to Jersey Mike's," and I was like, "Okay, I've never eaten there. I don't really
Now,
care."
they've been around there for a while because I had Jersey Mike's when I lived in Virginia.
Yeah, Jersey Mike's has been around for a while. So I went in and I was like, "Well, what do you want?" And she's like, "Just get me." She knew exactly because I guess from work they order that shit and bring it in. So I was like, I'll just get an Italian hoagie. It's the fucking same everywhere you go. It's an Italian hoagie. So I walk in and it's like, I don't know, half a hoagie and then like a large hoagie. And I'm looking and I was like, does that really say like $13 fucking dollars?
It's expensive.
So I walk up and I go, hey, here's what my wife wants. And I explain it. And it wasn't like she didn't change anything. She just wants one of the numbers and one of the sandwiches off the board. Nothing crazy. I said, that's what she wants. There's 6 people making sandwiches, standing in a fucking line. And I go, I don't understand why there's so many fucking people here. And then he goes, well, what do you want? I go, I want a large Italian hoagie. Oh, and then I must have gotten questions so many times. And then one of the questions was, would you like to mic it up? And I look and I go, I don't know what the fuck that means.
Are you saying that you dislike customer service?
No, and so I said, what does that mean? And she goes, well, like lettuce, tomato, and onions. I go, I mean like what's supposed to be on a fucking hoagie that I ordered? Yeah, I just want a fucking hoagie. Just give me a fucking Italian hoagie. And she goes, oh. And then they put it down and drown it in oil. Like literally, she took the thing and just went.
Yeah, you're not over exaggerating.
And their bread is
when-
minute bread.
when
that
they-
shitty bread that like they cook in like fucking 10 seconds.
When they say,
It's
"Do you
garbage.
want it? Do you want it Jersey Mike style?" I said, "Sure." And then the guy took 3 bottles and squeezed them as hard
Yeah,
as
so
he
they
could.
had the oil refinery and they put the truck up and just.
and he just made a mess. And then I
Yeah.
was just like, "Huh."
Yeah, I don't understand what that. Why do you do that?
I was like, "Well, now I can't eat that in the car."
No. Well, he literally sat there with the oil, and I'm thinking maybe you want to have more like vinegar because that actually has taste to it.
No, see, I didn't get just oil. They did all 3. Like
No,
the guy
they
had
want
3
one
bottles.
at a time. No,
Yeah.
one at a time. It was so fucking disgusting. It was literally they had it on a piece of paper, and you could see a fucking
Yeah, it
pile of
soaked
everything
through.
on it. And I go,
Yeah.
well, that's shit.
No, Mike likes it that way.
Well,
That's
Mike's
not
an
shit,
idiot.
dude. That's not shit.
Who the fuck is this Mike?
Do you think in training they're like, you gotta like roll it up?
Well-
So you want the paper to be like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
soaked.
So I got her like some small fucking sandwich, and I got a large thing, and I think I got a bag of chips and 2 sodas, and the guy was like, 34 something, and I go,
It's really expensive
fuck
there.
you, $34 fucking dollars for a shitty fucking hoagie? No, it's garbage. It's the shittiest. It is worse than Subway.
I wouldn't say it's worse than
Oh,
Subway.
it is worse than Subway.
It wasn't a bad hoagie. It was
No,
overly
it's not
drenched in
good.
shit. It wasn't good, but it was not worse than Subway. Subway's terrible.
Subway is gross because my office was right next to it, so I used to smell the bread all the time.
Yeah, but you used to be like,
grosses
I
me
only
out.
like that Jared guy and his.
Yeah, he's a pretty
His extra-
honorable. He's a good fella. What a good fella that guy is.
No, I had that in the notes as well. We talked about that the other day. I don't know. I don't know if that'll last over there, but that 248 thing's
They can't.
weird.
They have 6 people making a sandwich. There's no way they can make enough money.
Five Guys is still there, and Five Guys is super expensive.
Yeah, but it's good.
I don't know. Do you like Five Guys burgers, Jer?
I do, yes.
Yeah.
They're
But see,
awesome.
but they're really expensive. You have to ask for the single burger, or else you're spending over $20 walking out of that place.
But it's good and people like it. There's always people in there.
Yeah.
Jersey Mike's, I was the only one. And there were 6
No,
workers.
what's the other one? Zoop.
I love soup.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah. Why wouldn't you like fucking soup? You can't fuck up soup.
You can fuck up soup.
I mean, I don't get like extravagant stuff. I don't think you can fuck it up.
You can fuck soup up. You know where I had really good soup, and this is just because I eat at better places than you.
Oh, because you're a fancy man.
Miguel's tomato bisque.
I don't like bisque, so I don't know.
I don't really like bisque either. Have you ever? You should take your
ever
wife
had
to Miguel's.
gazpacho?
You should take your wife to Miguel's for a date.
No, our next date, we're going to Oak.
I haven't been to Oak yet.
I know,
Have
you
you
were
been?
Reservations 4 weeks in advance.
Nah, we made it 3 days in advance. We said we're coming in. You just got to go when they first open. You can't go at like 6:30. They open at like 4 or something. If you make a reservation, only like 3 days in advance, we said we'll be there when you open. It's a 4, and we.
Do they have a bar?
When I tried to get in last time, they're like, well, we're booked 6 to 8 weeks out. You gotta
So good.
I think it's hit or miss.
You were supposed to take me there, you piece of shit.
on the weekends.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went on a.
I wanted to just roll through there one day because we haven't been to Easton in a while. I wanted to just roll through there
The
because
market
I
right next
think
door?
no, I think they have a bar, and like I would have no problem sitting at the bar and eating a meal there.
I don't know if they have a bar, but I don't know if you can actually go and sit there and eat like you think it is.
I don't know.
We went early. We got there at like, I'm gonna say 2:30 or so, and the Easton Market is right next door.
Yeah.
So we walked around there and got a bunch of shit. So you can buy a bunch of stuff there. But it was so fucking good. But then I watched some YouTube video about how to dry age steaks, and we should do that ourselves. We can do it. It's easy.
I really want to go to Oak. I haven't gone, but whatever. The only places I've been going to be able to get out is Miguel's, and I'm totally fine with that. Miguel's and Widows, they're close. They're the closest thing you'll get to going to Bethlehem or Easton for really good food. But Miguel's I really like. That guy can... The
Just like it 'cause
cheesesteak's
it's-
awesome over there.
Because it's your name. It's the only reason you go there.
I'm excited to try that ramen place in Bethlehem that just opened up.
Heavy Cav, we can get in there with him, because I don't think that guy's got it open yet. It's called Rockin' Ramen.
I don't like ramen. I can't.
Well, there's all kinds of traditional stuff as well.
This and these, that's fantastic.
Yeah, Kevin said he's like he said the dude's badass, and I said, well, maybe he would want to come on the podcast, and he's like, yeah, he doesn't speak the best English, but he's got a crazy story, and that Kevin showed me pictures of the food and that place. That guy's gonna make a ton of money being by the college. Kevin said when they had the soft opening, people were just outside asking when it was gonna open.
Any of those places by colleges. Remember that stupid Fox fucking pizza place
No,
up by Lafayette? We used to work for DJ.
I don't remember.
There was a pizza place called Fox, and we used to go to the frat house there.
I only
and-
know one Fox, Jesse.
Yeah, I know. But you look at the boxes, and it was like large pepperoni. It was like $23, and I'm like, it looks like a fucking Little
Yeah.
Caesars pizza. That place was so overpriced, and they made a killing because all the stupid college kids.
But the thing is with the ramen place is that food's like legit. And Kevin said the cooks are all really good. And he said when Kevin went there, I don't even know if they had the menu together. And they said they were just bringing him shit out. But I never had ramen. You probably have.
I don't like real ramen.
You had
I've
never
had it.
have? Not even oh, you have?
I had it in
Yeah.
New York, and I didn't like it.
I only ever had it from like my dad being like, this is what you're getting for lunch.
Legit ramen places are fantastic.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
This and these is awesome, but it's not a cool place to go in and hang out at.
Yeah. That Rockin' Ramen, but I think it's BYOB.
Is that like Dave's Rockin' Bread?
What's Dave's Rockin'
I
Bread?
see the picture of like going to Giant every time, and I just so stupid.
What is that?
There's an ad when you go to Giant, and you go where they put the carts in. There's a sign that says Dave's Rockin' Bread, and it has some guy from the '80s holding a guitar, and they're trying to be like a cool bread company.
How's the bread?
I won't get it. I don't. Like
You know what? I'm going to get it and make rockin' peanut butter and jelly.
We'll wait it and we'll hang it in front of their desk there.
Um,
I think it's called Dave's Rockin' Bread or something like that. Dave's Rockin' Bread.
I don't know. Maybe we'll go to the ramen place. I'll see if Kevin will get us to go. When you're gone, you come back February, and then you probably got to do Valentine's Day, and so do you. We'll go for my birthday. But I'd rather go to Oak.
Yeah, you want to go to Oak.
Or Widows again. That worked out well last time.
Oak.
I don't know. Oak, it's too many people to go because then,
Fuck those people.
I don't know.
You tell them you're legitimately going to spend like $70 or $80 on a fucking steak, and that's how it is.
But I got a close circle of like 10.
Yeah,
like,
tell them that's
they're
what
like
it's going
the
to
10
cost.
people that I
Just
only talk
let
to in
them know
my
ahead
life.
of time that you're going to spend a lot of money. And
No,
then
it's
just
not that. It's booking a table at Oak for 10 people. I feel would be
call ahead of
difficult.
time. Just call ahead of time. You know when your birthday is, call ahead of time.
All right. Well, no, I don't have to. I mean, I feel like somebody else would have
I
to
don't
do
set
that for
anything up.
my birthday.
No.
I don't know. What else is on here? I don't really have anything else. I just wanted to get like another show underneath and just kind of get used to the editing, and like that editing wasn't easy. Once Jer came on board to help, it was a little bit easier, but it's not iMovie at all. So that took a little bit of time, but I want to do one more, which I think we're going to do next week with Muma, and then that's going to be, we'll see how that goes.
So my notes, let's see. Jersey Mike sucks. Yep. Weyerbacher is a piece of shit company. That's
We
on there,
covered
too.
that.
Stupid Allentown people. I had a guy
It's a
come
given.
in. Yep. And we breathe oxygen. Yes. No. I had a guy come in and was one of our clients, and he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be moving in like a week." And I go, "Why?" He goes, "Because Allentown people are stupid." And I go, "Yeah." New Year's Eve.
In your opinion,
No. New Year's Eve.
any girls that are in Allentown?
He said it sounded like a fucking like it was a massacre.
It was probably the echoes from Bill Keller's party.
let's just say that there were people shooting firearms up into the air, and then they forget that bullets come back down.
Yeah.
So there's a whole block in Allentown that all the houses are riddled with bullet holes. And he said, he's like, here, look at the picture of my house. Through his front door, next to his daughter's fucking door. He's like, I need to get out of this fucking thing for somebody gets shot. So it was New Year's Eve. They were shooting up in the air like the Wild West.
My favorite thing about New Year's Eve
They're stupid.
is people ask what I do, and I said I go over to Bill's. And they said, what's Bill's? And then I explained Bill's house. I explained the catering that Bill does there. I explained that Bill's a bartender there. I've never met anyone in my entire life that dedicates their entire time at a party to hosting. I throw parties here, and once the party
there's
starts,
people that like that.
Once the party starts, great guys, do your shit. Bill, hey, you need another drink? You need this? You need that? By the way, there's food over here. He has every base covered to the fact that if you had kids, you don't have an excuse not to come to the party because the basement has karaoke set up.
Just
And
people
then
that like doing that, though. That's what they
at
do.
12:01, his brother-in-law shoots off a display better than the Iron Pigs a foot from the house
I know,
for 8 minutes.
We saw it on Insta story.
So when people say, what are you doing for New Year's? I say, I'm going over to Bill's. And then I explain that I'm going with Jer. Therefore, I can't invite you because I'm going with somebody else. And then I just go there with Jer and Gina. And that's what I do for New Year's. It's so nice not having to think about New Year's.
It's my wife's birthday on New Year's Eve.
That's got to be weird, too.
So we go out to the Brew Works every year for dinner
Yep.
with her mom and dad. And then
What did you get to eat there?
pulled pork.
You go to the Brew Works. Does their food still hold up?
I think they have the best wings in the area.
What about, you know what? We need to do a wing show, too.
I'll
Not
tell
a
you-
wing show,
No,
but
son, I'm going to tell you
wanna
guys really
go-
good wings. Wegmans has smoked wings. And we got it catered the one time, and I ordered it by accident. And they fucking were amazing. I don't like Wegmans, but wings were really good.
Tulum has good wings, but I love
what about Point Phillips? Have you had the wings there?
Yes. No. Ringer's Roost used to have good rings in Allentown.
I don't know what that means,
that's
but it sounds
shit, too.
racist.
Ringer's Roost right over by the fairgrounds.
Keystone Pub, I hear,
No.
has good wings.
Nope.
I don't know.
Bread, it's a weird
Is
kind of
Wing
breading.
Justice still around?
that was great though.
Yeah.
I like Wing Zone. Used to be good.
Blech.
Oh,
you
they
probably
had
go down
hot
to
honey mustard.
you probably go down to the fucking Pizza Hut place too and get your wings.
7-Eleven.
Blue wings.
7-Eleven has good
Black
pizza
and
wings.
Blue had terrific wings.
Yeah, that place.
Terrific wings. And their burger was fantastic. I'd actually like to find out who cooked there and where they're cooking now. Ba-dum-bum.
Yeah, I don't know. We should do a wing thing.
I just want to go get wings. We don't have to do a wing thing. We should just go get wings.
Love Wing Zone. I wish that was back here. We should open a Wing Zone.
Man, I want to run that. What rapid fire? What do you got next? Who else you hate? Why don't we just turn this into Jesse's rapid fire burn the world mix here?
Your older brother doesn't know shit about firearms.
No, he doesn't.
No, and he was wrong.
He used to hunt. I'll give him that. And I think he killed a deer once, but
Ew.
he's been out of the game for a while. And I'll say this: where's the camera? You piece of shit! You challenged me in archery and you didn't show. You're a coward.
Coward. Yeah, he implied he tried to talk shit because I bought a rifle, and I'm an idiot for wanting to sight it in because it's a brush gun. I should just go shoot at it. I should just go shoot shit.
No, he does have a
So
point.
so I went to the range today, asshole, and aimed at the target. And guess what? 6 inches high at 25 yards, which means at 100 yards, I would be shooting into the next fucking county. So yeah, you're an asshole. You know what you're talking about.
I can give you his
And
number.
I saw some vaping fucking hipster guy on your skateboard, so I will never buy a skateboard. Something about Bernie Sanders too. I don't know. I put that on there. I don't know what I was talking about. Yeah, I don't like him.
Next.
That's all I had.
That's it? I thought your list was longer.
Weyerbacher sucks. Stupid Allentown people. Your brother doesn't know shit about firearms. Jersey Mike sucks. I love.
And he
Lever-
doesn't listen to the show, so I couldn't just give you his number.
Oh, I don't care. I already responded to him on Facebook. And I love lever action firearms now because of Red Dead Redemption 2.
Did what I did see when I was at the gym was I don't know if you saw this, chair. They brought the Georgia Bulldog, like the little mascot dog
yeah,
for the
forgot about
football
that.
team, over to was it Texas Steers? I know nothing about either of these teams.
Okay, so I am a Texas Longhorns fan.
hook 'em.
Yeah, hook 'em. So, I think they got shafted, and they beat Oklahoma earlier in the year for the Red River Challenge.
Let's focus on the
Right.
mascots.
So no, it's funny. So they were ranked really high, and then they lost 2 shitty games they shouldn't have lost, and somehow Oklahoma ended up being ranked 5th.
Do you refer
the Longhorns-
to these statements as we? Like we should have won.
No,
We
I have
should have
nothing to say-
fucking
no.
won.
So then Oklahoma got pushed to rank 5th, and
Oklahoma?
Texas was 15th.
Morgan Freeman.
So Oklahoma got
Oklahoma?
to
What is that
go
from?
Against
Seven, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Is that what he calls Brad
No,
Pitt?
not at all.
What does he call him?
Oh shit! What does
It's
he
a
say?
state.
Yeah. What is it?
Oh,
I don't know.
go on.
Anyway, so Oklahoma got to play
Is
Alabama.
it California?
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 Yeah. Yeah.
That's my Morgan
I was thinking like
Freeman.
Omaha, and like that's not right. So
Here's
they ended up
what I got.
playing
California.
Alabama, and they got fucking destroyed in Alabama.
Oh, Morgan
So then-
Freeman.
So then, because I think they fucked them over, the Longhorns got to be in the Sugar Bowl, which they were ranked 15th, against the 5th-ranked team,
You are speaking Greece right now, man.
the 5th-ranked team of Georgia. So Georgia, rightfully so, should have beat Alabama, and Alabama's like up here.
Alabama.
And I was like, this isn't going to be a good game. It's going to end up really bad. So then I turn it on, and Bevo, which is their mascot, which is a longhorn steer. and
Yeah,
he's
it's like
a
not
massive fucking
yeah.
animal.
I thought because when I was watching the highlights of what happened,
No.
I thought that they would like take the horns down a little bit, or
No, it's a
but
longhorn. So
they
no.
they basically have him in what would
A shitty padded fucking at a concert.
it basically would be like as if you rented a donkey at
Yes,
a kid's
yes,
birthday party,
yes.
and some
So-
guy's like, "Yeah, they don't even know they can get through this," and just put string in a
So-
circle.
So he's a beloved steer. So anyway, so the way he became about was, I think it was Texas. I forget who it is. I think A&M and whatever. They ended up beating a long time ago. They beat Texas and they branded their fucking mascot, and they won 13-0. So they brand them 13-0. So then Texas wouldn't go along with it. So like, we got to do something. So then they just rebranded them and took all the things and formed out Bevo. So that became his name. So they brought this massive steer, and the whole time they're like, the Georgia Bulldogs. It's a tiny little bulldog
Yeah.
with a red fucking outfit on. And they kept saying, look at their friends. Look at the mascot. And they
Yeah.
kept putting them next to each other. Well, sooner or later, you keep
The
putting
steer-
a red fucking
yeah.
animal in front of a steer. So he eventually just plowed through the barriers
Yeah.
and everyone and tried to, like...
That was
whatever the
fucked
fuck-
up because he came through the barrier.
Yeah.
And the guy, like, there were some people who knew what was about to happen, and they picked the fucking dog up and they start running.
Yeah.
And then the one cowboy grabbed the horn and started pulling it to like
He got
redirect
fucked
it.
Yeah.
And then when he did that, there was a lady who was taking photography who just ducked for no reason. She didn't even know what was about to happen. She just got down to take a picture, and if she didn't, that horn would have went through
Yes.
her face.
Yes. Listen, the cow is probably, what, 1,400 pounds?
Oh, yeah.
It's a massive animal, and you have a little red dog sitting in front of it. Eventually, they're animals. It's going to just kick in, and he plowed through their padded fencing area.
I'm just glad that
So that one-
nobody died
All I said was, well, that was funny.
in the name of college football.
So now if they lose, I don't feel bad because that was funny. But the Longhorns ended up kicking the shit out of them.
Yeah.
And won, so they're Sugar Bowl champions.
I don't know anything about those bowls or anything about
I
that.
love the Longhorns. And you know who was there? You know who was their biggest fucking fan and their good luck charm?
Vin Diesel.
No. Matthew McConaughey.
I like Matthew McConaughey.
He's always on the sidelines. So they have Matthew McConaughey Longhorn shirts that just say, all right, all right, all right. And it has the fucking horns behind it. He is a crazy fucking fan.
I hate that team.
Who? The Longhorns?
Yeah.
You hate every team that I like just so you can argue with me. Why can't you be a fan?
No.
They're awesome. They took 6 years ago. They spent, I don't know, a couple $1 million on doing their locker room. Their locker room is like a fucking, you go in, everything's TV screens, it's fucking crazy.
Before I forget, because you're getting into sports,
Spurts?
we're not going to be able to do JCE because, like, this isn't ready to, like, I'm trying not to, like, do things and force things.
We could do it.
No, I don't want to because it wouldn't be done the way I want. So what I want to do is just have Corey on, like, before the Super Bowl or something, and we'll talk. And then next year, I want to get, like, the intros and, like, the graphics and all that stuff for their show. But I thought about it, and I thought we could do it, but then I was like, we'd have to stop what we were doing, and then everything would just be totally different. And the playoffs are Saturday, so we would have
Tomorrow?
We would have already had to start the
Yeah,
show. Tomorrow. So I'm trying not to be, like,
You
rammy.
could do a Super Bowl show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd rather just do one show at Corey and then next year plan it out, because I was telling Jer, like, what I want to do, not to replace Josh, but, like, what I thought he would be the most upset with, that if we did something for the show, was to replace him with an attractive girl. So, but, like,
Okay, wait. Okay, so let me stop you. Let's get an attractive girl and have her do the intro like he used to do,
yeah.
and have the noisemaker thing.
But how we're going to find her is going to be Craigslist, and we're going to put out a casting
no,
call.
not people we don't know. I'm not
No.
being some fucking creep in here.
No, we're totally doing that, and we're going to sit down.
It's the same person. You wanted to have crazy strippers and have their stories come in.
Look, if we don't find anybody, we don't find anybody. But what the bit's going to be is that people are going to come here, and the three of us, and if you don't want to do it, you don't have to, are going to sit on the other side, and they're going to sit here, and they're going to have to answer our questions, and we're going to film an entire bit, and then we're going to pick the replacement for the JCE season. And I know the weirdos, because seeing
It's not even right, because I know you're going to pick the worst ones.
who these guys got for extras on, like, Mitch's movie. No, we'll vote.
Can we
we'll
just
vote.
bring people in we know?
No, strangers. We're fine. Well, and hopefully someone takes it seriously, and we get a really attractive girl
No,
who's
then you're going to fall in love
knowledgeable
with them. And then
about
the show's
sports.
just going to go, boo.
No, it'll be good for
6 months. Yeah.
But that's what I want to do, because I was back and forth with JCE, but I'm trying to be, like, a little bit more realistic about what we do down here, and there's a lot of work now.
Why don't we change the name of it?
What, JCE?
Yeah.
No, we're not changing the name. We're just going to bring it back next year and then just do the playoffs. But let's just do a Super Bowl show with Corey, and then just keep it super light, and hopefully it's two teams that you guys hate each other.
Maybe.
What?
I'll say maybe.
I don't know.
Because if the stupid fucking Eagles are in the Super Bowl, I'm
oh.
not doing a show.
Whatever, then I don't know. We'll get Mooma to sit in.
They just can't be. I'm not going to.
Well.
I won't do a show then.
But I don't know. I want to wrap it up. I just wanted to get this show done, and then we got one more, and then we're kind of out of the trial area, you know, because then by that time we'll have the edits down correctly, and we'll have the promos, because I'm going to try and cut some promos for the first show tomorrow and whatnot. So I want to still get some stuff out, and I want to play around with when we release them and whatnot. But it's been nothing but positive feedback. We got a really good numbers on the first YouTube video for really, I only posted it twice. I haven't really been pushing the show, so I'm happy with the numbers so far. And I haven't checked the SoundCloud listens, but
They're fucked up anyway.
both platforms are being hit, so I'm happy with it. And I know you had said that you wanted to bring up somebody that meant something to you on the show, and it was like a friend of yours, and you said you wanted to bring up Kelly Pettis.
What the fuck is that?
I don't fucking know.